Introduction. In the heart of Rome, amidst the bustling streets and ancient ruins, stands an architectural marvel that has captivated the world for nearly 2 millennia, the Colosseum. Known as the Flavian Amphitheater, this iconic structure is a testament to the grandeur, ambition, and complexity of the Roman Empire. With its towering arches, intricate engineering, and storied past, the Colosseum is not merely a monument but a living chronicle of triumph, tragedy, and transformation. Today, we embark on a journey to explore the Colosseum's origins, its construction, its role in Roman society, its cultural significance, and its enduring legacy in the modern world. The origins of the Colosseum. The story of the Colosseum begins in the 1st century CE, during the height of the Roman Empire. In 69 CE, Rome was emerging from a period of civil war known as the Year of the Four Emperors, a time of political instability and violence. Vespasian, a seasoned military commander, emerged victorious and founded the Flavian dynasty. Seeking to consolidate his power and win the favor of the Roman people, Vespasian embarked on an ambitious project, the construction of a grand amphitheater that would surpass all others. The site chosen for the Colosseum was symbolic. It was built on the grounds of Nero's opulent Golden House, a sprawling palace complex that had been deeply unpopular with the Roman populace. By reclaiming this land for a public monument, Vespasian signaled a new era of imperial generosity and civic pride. Construction began around 70 to 72 CE, and the amphitheater was completed under Vespasian's son, Titus, in 80 CE. A later addition, including the upper tier, was finalized under Emperor Domitian, completing the Flavian legacy. The purpose of the Colosseum. The Colosseum was designed as a multipurpose venue, but its primary function was to host spectacular public entertainments that reinforced the power and prestige of the Roman state. The amphitheater could hold between 50,000 and 80,000 spectators, drawn from every stratum of Roman society: senators, soldiers, merchants, and commoners. These events were more than mere entertainment. They were carefully orchestrated displays of imperial authority, social hierarchy, and Roman values. The most famous spectacles were the gladiatorial contests, where trained fighters, often slaves, prisoners of war, or volunteers, battled each other or wild animals to the death. These combats symbolized Roman virtues like courage, discipline, and dominance over nature and enemies. Other events included mock naval battles, naumachii, animal hunts, venations, and public executions, all staged with theatrical flair to captivate the audience. The Colosseum also hosted dramas, religious ceremonies, and political events, making it a central hub of Roman civic life. Beyond entertainment, the Colosseum served a political purpose. Emperors used the games to distribute wealth, offering free entry, food, and prizes to the masses, a practice known as bread and circuses. This kept the populace content and loyal, while the grandeur of the Colosseum itself projected the empire's wealth and engineering prowess to both citizens and foreign visitors. Construction and engineering marvels. The construction of the Colosseum was a feat of engineering that showcased Rome's architectural ingenuity. Spanning 189 meters in length, 156 meters in width, and 48 meters in height, it was the largest amphitheater in the Roman world. Built primarily of travertine limestone, tufa, and concrete, the Colosseum was both durable and aesthetically striking. Its iconic facade featured 4 stories of arches framed by columns in the Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian orders, blending functionality with classical beauty. The Colosseum's design was highly innovative. Its oval shape maximized sightlines for spectators, while a complex system of 80 entrance arches, vomitoria, allowed the massive crowds to enter and exit efficiently. Inside, a tiered seating arrangement reflected Rome's social hierarchy. The emperor and senators sat closest to the arena, while women and the lower classes occupied the upper tiers. A retractable awning, velarium, operated by sailors from the Roman navy, provided shade, demonstrating the empire's logistical sophistication. Beneath the arena floor lay the hypogeum, an elaborate network of tunnels, chambers, and trapdoors. This underground complex housed gladiators, animals, and stage machinery, enabling dramatic entrances and special effects during spectacles. The hypogeum was equipped with elevators and pulleys, operated by slaves, to hoist lions, tigers, and even scenery into the arena. The Colosseum's ability to stage such complex productions underscored Rome's mastery of engineering and spectacle. The human cost of construction was significant. Thousands of laborers, including slaves and prisoners from Rome's conquests, toiled under grueling conditions. Skilled artisans and engineers oversaw the project, but the scale of the undertaking, completed in less than a decade, required immense coordination and sacrifice. The Colosseum's grandeur, while awe-inspiring, was built on the backs of the empire's most vulnerable. Life in the Colosseum. The Colosseum was the stage for some of the most dramatic and brutal spectacles in history. Gladiatorial contests were the centerpiece, pitting men against each other in choreographed battles that ranged from single combat to large-scale skirmishes. Gladiators were trained in specialized schools, ludi, where they learned to wield swords, nets, and tridents with deadly precision. While some were condemned criminals destined to die, others were celebrated professionals who earned fame and, occasionally, freedom. Animal hunts were equally popular, featuring exotic creatures like lions, elephants, and rhinoceroses imported from Africa and Asia. These displays showcased Rome's global reach and dominance over nature. The most elaborate events were the Naumachii, staged in the early years of the Colosseum when the arena could be flooded to simulate naval battles. These spectacles required immense resources, including thousands of gallons of water diverted from Rome's aqueducts. The Colosseum was also a place of cruelty. Public executions, often staged during the midday lull, saw criminals and prisoners torn apart by wild animals or burned alive, serving as a stark reminder of Roman justice. Yet, the games were not solely about violence. They were theatrical productions, complete with music, costumes, and elaborate sets, designed to evoke awe and emotion. The audience's cheers and jeers shaped the fate of the combatants, with the emperor often deciding whether a defeated gladiator lived or died. The Colosseum spectacles were a microcosm of Roman society, blending entertainment, politics, and morality. They reinforced the empire's values while providing a release for the tensions of a diverse and stratified urban population. For the spectators, the Colosseum was a place of excitement, community, and shared identity. Cultural and historical significance. The Colosseum is more than an architectural wonder, it is a cultural icon that has shaped perceptions of Rome and its legacy. In ancient times, it was a symbol of imperial power, a stage where emperors demonstrated their generosity and authority. Its construction under the Flavian dynasty marked a shift toward public welfare and civic engagement, distancing the empire from Nero's excesses. The Colosseum's ability to unite Romans across social classes made it a cornerstone of the city's identity. The Colosseum also influenced art and literature. Roman poets like Martial celebrated its spectacles in verse, while mosaics and frescoes depicted gladiators and hunts, preserving the arena's imagery for posterity. The structure's fame spread beyond Rome, inspiring amphitheaters across the empire, from Lisbon to Constantinople. As the Roman Empire declined, the Colosseum's role evolved. By the 5th century CE, gladiatorial contests were banned, and the amphitheater fell into disuse. During the Middle Ages, it was repurposed as a fortress, a quarry, and even a Christian shrine, with chapels and crosses installed to commemorate martyrs believed to have died there. This transformation reflects the Colosseum's ability to adapt to changing cultural and religious contexts. The Colosseum in the modern era. Today, the Colosseum is one of the world's most recognizable landmarks and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Located in the heart of modern Rome, it attracts millions of tourists annually, drawn to its historical significance and architectural majesty. The best-preserved sections, including the facade and hypogeum, offer a glimpse into its ancient splendor, while ongoing restoration efforts reveal new details about its construction and use. Preserving the Colosseum is a complex challenge. Centuries of neglect, earthquakes, and looting have left their mark. During the Renaissance, popes and nobles quarried its stones for palaces and churches, including St. Peter's Basilica. Pollution, tourism, and urban vibrations threaten its stability, prompting extensive conservation projects. Recent restorations, funded by the Italian government and private donors, have cleaned the facade and rebuilt parts of the arena floor, allowing visitors to imagine the spectacles of old. The Colosseum's modern significance extends beyond tourism. It is a symbol of Italy's cultural heritage and a reminder of Rome's enduring influence on law, architecture, and governance. The amphitheater has been featured in films, books, and video games, from Gladiator to historical documentaries, cementing its place in global popular culture. It also serves as a venue for contemporary events, such as concerts and papal ceremonies, blending its ancient legacy with modern relevance. Challenges and controversies. The Colosseum is not without its controversies. Historians debate the extent of its violence, with some arguing that the brutality of the games has been exaggerated by Christian chroniclers. The treatment of gladiators and animals raises ethical questions about the cost of spectacle, while the use of slave labor in its construction highlights the empire's reliance on exploitation. The Colosseum's Christian associations are also debated. While tradition holds that early Christians were martyred there, evidence is scarce, and the narrative may have been amplified during the Middle Ages to sanctify the site. Today, the Colosseum is a focal point for Christian pilgrims, particularly during Good Friday processions, adding a layer of spiritual significance. Environmental and logistical challenges persist. The influx of tourists strains the site, leading to restrictions on visitor numbers and guided tours. Urban development, including Rome's metro system, poses risks to the Colosseum's foundations. Balancing accessibility with preservation remains a delicate task, as Italy seeks to protect its most iconic monument for future generations. The legacy of the Colosseum. As we reflect on the Colosseum, we are struck by its duality, a monument to both human achievement and human cost. It stands as a testament to Rome's engineering genius, its ability to create structures that endure through centuries of change. Yet, it also bears the scars of violence, inequality, and decay, reminding us of the complexities of empire. For Italians, the Colosseum is a source of national pride, a link to their ancient past and a beacon of cultural resilience. For the world, it is a window into the Roman Empire's triumphs and contradictions, offering lessons about power, spectacle, and legacy. As we walk through its arches or gaze at its weathered stones, we are invited to contemplate the forces that shape civilizations, the ambition to build, the desire to entertain, and the struggle to endure. Conclusion. The Colosseum in Rome is more than a relic, it is a narrative carved in stone, a story of spectacle, sacrifice, and survival. From its origins as a gift to the Roman people to its role as a global icon, the Colosseum has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the clash of cultures, and the passage of time. Its arches, once filled with the roar of crowds, now echo with the footsteps of visitors from every corner of the globe. As we stand in its shadow, we are reminded that the greatest monuments are those that tell the story of humanity itself, flawed, resilient, and eternal. The Colosseum, in all its glory and complexity, will continue to inspire awe and reflection for generations to come.